Hello everybody, welcome to the Planet Hamburger stream. For now I'm gonna be solo, which is a first, at least for me. Usually one of the guys is hanging around, but I'm sure you and me, we can have a lot of fun without the boys, isn't that right? So today I've got a special thing prepared for you. My actual like first attempt on these Pantheons. I don't feel like we're gonna get particularly far, to be honest, because for any of you who have already played Hollow Knight, they do know how freaking hard these Pantheons are and how they are not just easy peasy. Oh, I'm just going to do some Pantheons today. They are a DLC that you can really spend just as much time on as on the regular game. However, we're going to see how far we can get today. I have been a little bit preparing, which means I've done the first Pantheon without any bindings, which you can see by looking at the glowing thingy in the middle. Each of those little notches will indicate that a binding has been completed. And I'm unsure on whether to try it right away on all 4 bindings, because that is really, really tough, or whether to like take a chill and do 1 binding at a time, or whether to maybe even try to proceed to the next Pantheon. Even though, let's be real, obviously I've looked this up. If you have completed 8 bindings, what you will get is access to a very special room, which is located down here. These little notches indicated that with 8 bindings, you actually get lifeblood, which will be very, very helpful at the later attempts of the Pantheon. However, maybe we choose to not take all bindings right away, because 8 bindings doesn't mean we have to do all 4 at the same time. And I personally feel like binding the charms, so not being able to use any charms, is really, really, really tough one. Because, you know, that extra nail damage, that extra life, that extra damage from the Shadow Dash is super strong. So I think we're gonna try it on 3 for now and see how it goes. And, you know, you can always let me know in chat if there's something else you want to see. If you rather want me to proceed to the second Pantheon, that is definitely an option. Hello, Camelot! Welcome to the Planet Hamburger stream. I might not be reading chat super dedicatedly while in the run, because you know, whoever has played Hollow Knight before knows these kind of fights, they are not easy to take. We're actually gonna turn down the music a bit, it seems a bit loud. Whoops, that is not good. You do not want to take damage in these Pantheons. No sir, you don't. Because you can see at the top my shell is bound, meaning I only have 4 lives, which is not a lot of life. However, this first enemy shouldn't be an issue. Can take all the time in the world. Well, to be honest, we're gonna have to take all the time in the world, because he doesn't go down quickly without any nail damage, without a lot of soul to spam spells on him. Speaking of spamming, he's spamming his little critters right now, which is fine. Usually it's even a nice thing, because they do give you soul, but right now we can... Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Right now we can only store soul for 1 heal anyway, so it's not like all the extra soul is doing much. But, you know, always good to be able to fight the first enemy and not be in any trouble, because I'm telling you, I'm definitely gonna get in trouble with the later enemies. Alright, so the biggest factor that the bindings kinda add and that makes it hard is that they ask you to have a lot more endurance in the fight, because usually you can kill these enemies kinda quickly with all the nail damage, with the spells you can use, but now that we don't really gain soul, we don't really have a lot of spells available. Now that a nail is dealing less damage, we need a lot more hits to take these guys down. So it really prolongs the fight quite a bit. Have you played this game before, Camelot? The Hollow Knight game. Because if you haven't, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the most fun games to me, even though it is really hard. So, not trying to say you're a baby, but it's definitely not a game for babies. That was a bit clutch. Not an issue though. Oh shit, that should not have happened. Okay, this guy was one hit from going down. That made me look a bit foolish, but it's okay. We got him. Okay, False Knight is actually okay. Takes just a bit of time to take him down. I wish he would not stand in the corner like this. Even though I gotta say, I tried before with all 4 bindings, having the charms available is actually a big relief. Because that quick slash and that unbreakable strength, they both add quite a lot to what you can do damage wise. Oh shit, I thought he was going for a different attack. Should be fine though. And that is a bit annoying that you basically don't get soul in this fight. Only when you attack the white little ghost appearing right now is when you gain soul from hitting him. The shell itself does not give you soul. Alright, but this was easy as expected. See how the Moss Charger goes. That one is actually super easy if you got this rhythm down well, which I don't really have, but we're doing alright right now. There we go. Alright, first time I ever did this without taking any damage. That's nice, but it's gonna be much harder without the charms. Once we've got that binding down as well. Ah, unfortunate. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Hornet is actually one of my favorite boss fights in the game. So I cannot die here. That would be a bit embarrassing. Alright, that's good timing. Get the heal in. Would have taken damage there if she didn't get staggered. Sometimes you have to get lucky as well. You get unlucky enough in this game, often enough. So I don't mind having a bit of luck sometimes. Oh wow, I thought she was gonna charge, she wasn't. Oh no, that was embarrassing. Yeah, do that so I can heal in peace. Thank you very much, lady. The end of it? No, not quite. There we go. Orn it down, which means we get a little resting phase, which we actually don't need this time because we have full health and full soul. Whatever that means, you know, with the bindings it doesn't really feel like it. So this guy is actually the guy that killed me last time. got surprised by the third phase and panicked a little. Because that's the biggest factor in Hollow Knight, really, that's taking like most of the life. Is what it feels like, at least. And when you take damage once, you start panicking, and then you just happen to fall out of the rhythm completely. And, you know, as soon as you're out of the rhythm is when you take all those damages. And when you only have 2 HP, you go down so quickly. 3 HP. Ay. See, and as I say it. Yeah, I suppose you can try this before you even have the Sharp Shadow, which lets you dash through... the Shadow Cloak, which lets you dash through people without taking damage. Which I can't imagine doing it without that. Because you need it in so many situations to just be able to dash and not take a face full of damage. Alright, so for those of you who were here yesterday, you know that we did the White Defender yesterday. So Dung Defender should be somewhat easy after all that practice from yesterday. Come here, you little beetle. Oh, whoops, this should not have happened. Bit embarrassing, that's fine. Nobody saw, right guys, right? We actually skipped this phase the last time we fought him, because we dealt so much damage to him right away. Alright, time to heal a bit, time to hit this guy a bit. Time to heal again. Dung Defense down. Especially against this guy, the Sharp Shadow feels so valuable, the charm. Lets us deal damage whenever we dash through a person. Also the long nails doing a lot of work here. Go, he goes down. Alright, this is where the hard stuff begins. Brewing Morlach and then the two brothers is what's like somewhat hard to me. Oh no. Oh no. That was not good. Oh no, what am I doing? I can't die here, please. So close to beating the guy as well. Oh, there we go. Okay, one heal at least, but that makes the brothers so much harder. Start them on 2 HP. Today is the first time I actually beat them. So, let's see. Does this guy have a different line? He actually does. Alright, so the first time we met him, he was like, oh, you little maggot, you can't do shit, you're weak. You're so fucking weak, why do you even try this? And now that's the second time that we're here. Actually like, yo, interesting. What exactly is it that you're trying to do? Alright, so let's try this fight without taking any damage. My prediction is I'm not gonna make it. Aye, there we go. Like, him alone is maybe not manageable, but the second brother with him, it's super hard. Could maybe go for training that one guy. Could also not do that. So I'm wondering if we have to do them all at the same time, or if it's like whenever we use one, a thing on top gets, a notch on top gets turned on. And then when we use another one on its own, the second one gets turned on, but I don't believe that's how it is. Like, knowing Hollow Knight, they probably have it set in a way where you have to do all four at the same time to get all four notches. But maybe for the lifeblood room in the cellar, which is what we're really going for, we can do them one at a time. We'll see, we'll see. This is just a nail binding, so this should be very manageable. When it feels the less problematic binding, because in the end it just means we have to hit them a bit more often, but we still get to use a lot of spells, which, you know, for this enemy it doesn't really matter because we hit him most of the time anyway, but there's some other fights where we really want to have the option to use more than a spell in a row. To me, the charms binding feels like it's the most problematic, because those charms, they do so many different things depending on what your layout is. I like to go for a nail layout with this fight. We'll have the unbreakable strength and the long nail and the quick slash, and especially that quick slash is so important in like many of these fights, because in the end it feels like a lot of the times in Hollow Knight you kind of just want the fight to be over as quick as possible, and even if you risk taking a bit of damage, it doesn't really matter as long as you manage to not make it a fight that lasts forever, because the longer the fight goes, the more mistakes you end up making. Oops. That was very unnecessary, but good thing is we have so much soul right now without the soul binding. We can just heal for days. There we go, this guy's dead. Yesterday we also fought the dream version of the False Knight, and I gotta say, that's a completely different story entirely. Like, this guy feels so easy in comparison. Alright, let's see if we can reproduce this perfect try from last time or nah. Oh, whoops. Looks like nah. Jesus Christ, not at all. Good thing is though, after this is Hornet fight, which is usually easy for me. And then we get the resting phase anyway, so it's not like we really have to put in the effort to learn this guy perfectly. Then again, as soon as we have the shell bindings, it's not the worst thing to do. Because even though the horn fight is not the hardest in the world, you don't want to go into it with just 1 HP. Right, that was on me. And there was a greedy heal. No need for that at all. There we go. Oh, whoops. Nobody saw. I'm sure nobody saw. Yeah, maybe let's not use spells, because I seem to be a complete noob when it comes to spells right now. There we go. This means little resting face. Look, look, look. Let's chill in the hot spring. Let's sit down. I don't think we want to change our layout. This layout is fine. Let's see how this next fight goes. So this is a guy where I'm really thankful for being able to use my spells a bit more often. Just so the fight doesn't take that long. What a prick. Also, it's kind of nice to be able, never mind, to push the guy upwards is what I was gonna say. You know, if I had pushed him upwards. Because I feel like he's actually much easier to fight when he's above you than when he's to the side of you. Okay. He goes down. Bye, Ghost Boy. Hello, Dung Defender. You can only do it in the phase where he's actually underground, not just diving. Or should I say under poop, because this is not really ground, is it? Where is he at? He's there, get underground. That's not annoying at all. Get out of there, my bro. There we go, he be down. Alright. Brewing Morale leg next. We did manage that one. Oh no, it's actually this guy. Yeah, I always forget about him because he's a non-issue, I say, and then immediately take damage. It's really weird because he doesn't even feel like a proper boss. Like he feels rather like a normal mob. Because you do encounter him in the arena as well, so it's not like real bosses. He is more like one of the stronger mobs, no? I suppose the game considers him a real boss, so... Oh, whoops. Alright, let's focus a bit, because we do not want to go out of this fight with no HP. See? Alright, and now we've got the Brooding Morlag. Oh, interesting. He does seem to wait until the shit lands when he does that before he starts doing his stupid attack again. Like weirdly long ranged. Oh wow, that was close. Melee attack. Ah shit, that was a bit unnecessary. Oh, no. Oh, that was so much time wasted. Ay. That was so much time wasted again. What am I doing? This is how it's supposed to be done. Okay. Let's get 2 heals. Now on to the brothers. With full HP it should be manageable, I'm gonna say, but you never know. You never know when something happens and you end up being not good at what you're doing. Oh, whoops, like just demonstrated. Alright, first brother down, but now he gets his other bro. They're like, yeah buddy, we got this, right? We got this. Ah, I jumped too slowly. Oh, that parry though. And that not parry. Alright, first brother down, and I immediately dash into some damage for some reason. Oh no, please don't. Oof. Oh no. Okay, I made that very interesting for a short amount of time. But the first binding we seem to have gotten, which is nice. Question is, what happens now if we choose another binding? Oh, it does give us a symbol for the binding, so I'm gonna say if we can do them separately, we do not have to do them all at the same time. Yeah, that actually makes it much easier. Alright, let's do them in order then. Shell binding next. So this is the one which will probably prolong the run the most, because it feels like if you're trying to not take damage, it's super important to kind of play it slowly and do not do anything risky, rather wait for the right moment, be patient. Because all these fights, they do have a pattern to it, there's little RNG involved, so if you take your time and don't do anything stupid, you should be able to not take a lot of damage. But we'll see how it goes. This almost feels like maybe the hardest binding, because not having any HP. Then again, the charm binding. I'm gonna say they're both equally hard. At least to me, you know, everybody has different spell play styles. I personally used to be like much more of a like spell damage kind of girl, but just recently I've kind of, ever since I've unlocked the unbreakable strength, to be honest, I've kind of begun to appreciate the nail builds. Ah, that was a bit greedy. Right, we made up for it later. Like, imagine having to do this guy without a quick slash, isn't that annoying? I can tell you, yes it is, because I've tried and it is. It is annoying. Oh, whoops, that was not good at all. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Oof. Okay, but he still goes down easily. Yeah, I can really feel how I'm having like much more nail damage again now. Alright, focus time, because this guy is actually all about focus. Shit. Shit! Oof. Oy, that felt like a lot of unnecessary damage, but it's fine. Got the soul to compensate. And next fight is Hornet fight, which, you know, as long as we don't do anything super stupid, should be manageable. Say this is the fight that's prolonged the most by me trying to play it safe and not take any damage. Which I already didn't do. We all saw that damage I just took, but it's fine. We're able to heal that right away. Oh, that was very annoying. And that was very stupid. Alright, let's calm down. Got many phases in which we can heal. To wait for them. That's the thing, like, it really makes you panic when you're down to 2 HP already just after taking 2 hits. Kinda so attuned to the shell, to the soul binding, that I feel like I can't really use my spells, but in fact I actually can use them quite a bit. Alright, this is a Bat Hornet. Easy. Let's heal ourselves a bit. Let's sit on the bench. I don't think we want to change our layout. I'm still happy with this one. If you guys got any suggestions for a different layout, you can obviously tell me. Like, I'm happy to try most things, even though I gotta say I have a certain playstyle that, you know, leads to me being a bit pussy about trying new layouts. Oh wow, that was unnecessary. That was as well. Let's kill this guy. Let's not try to heal anymore. No point in it. There we go. Now we got time for heals. All good. Like when we're having 4 HP anyway, like even if we have to heal all 3 of them, we'll usually will have enough time by the end of a fight, so it's not really a point in trying to do it during the fight, I suppose, when we know we can take it without taking too much damage. Whoops. Oh, whoops, that was very unnecessary. But we got him. We got him. You know, like my good friend Darren used to say, you don't have to do it well, you just have to do it. I'm gonna say that's what we just did with that Dung Defender. Oh, whoops. Okay, this guy goes down. Don't think I've ever died on that guy. Brooding Mowalek, however, I definitely have died on this guy. Because those thingies from the top, they are really hard to like keep track of, at least for me. Don't know how it is for you guys, but it's like, ah shit, they are the thing that I take most damage from. Very unnecessary. Oh no, what am I doing? Okay, I've got some heals now. That was very unnecessary. Now we go into this last fight with very little soul. Should be fine though, I hope. Alright, he's saying the same thing again. Fair enough. Hello, Nailmaster Oro. Too slow. It's fine, we get to heal ourselves. Hello, brothers Oro and Mato. Oh, I should have dashed there. I meant to dash there. Okay, I cannot do this like this. Oh no, oh no! These hitboxes, oof. Yeah, it feels like the shell binding, it's not so tough until that last fight. Because I haven't fully figured it out yet. So what we're gonna do is actually practice just this last fight for a few times. Hello, Darren. Yeah, bindings. They are a bitch, aren't they? Have you done all the Pantheon with all the bindings? Oh, you guys, you know what I just realized? I still use the, what's it called? The heart charm, didn't I? Because that obviously doesn't make sense when you've got the shell binding. Oh, not bad, not bad. Mad respect, bro, because I'm doing the Pantheon for the first time right now and it's like super hard to me. Okay, I need to jump much sooner with that one. Okay, I can only heal if I do it right away in that one. Yeah, if this was the binding Pantheon, I'd already be that. What's it called? The shell binding Pantheon. Now it makes me wonder, what happens if you have the health charm equipped and use the bindings? Does anybody know? Because otherwise we're just gonna find out. Because if it actually gives you the 2 extra health, I think that's super value. You can have 6 instead of 4. You guys, I'm actually getting a call from work that I will have to take. I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. Stay tuned, we're not gonna be gone for long. Hello guys, we are back. It's just a little call from work. Oh, and this Darren kid, he's got my back as usual. See, this is why you're my lighthouse, bro. Because you know all the things and I get all the easy answers. He says that health charm still adds the health, and you know what? I really feel like taking the health charm then. Because sounds like a pretty nice deal. You get some extra health in here. 6 health is so much more than. And it's really just that last fight that's giving us troubles. The question is, which charm do we get rid of though? I'm almost tempted to make it the sharp shadow. Because it does feel like that is the one that does the least for us. Because those 3 are so essential to, like those 2 are so essential to deal a lot of damage. While the Mark of Pride is so essential, like, for somebody who's very hard, like, very not good with hitboxes, which would be me, because I'm shit with hitboxes. And that one is so essential for me to, like, not take a lot of damage. Well, this one, it deals a bit of damage, it lets us take a little bit less damage, but if we play careful, we should be able to compensate, and it costs exactly 2, which is also nice. All these ones cost 3. So we're gonna get rid of that one. And hopefully get it this time. Yeah, look at this long nail, this Mark of Pride, making us proud. I think it's interesting that they don't really let you use the extra soul that you can have in the beginning. Absolute blessing. Like, oops. Jesus Christ, Mara. There we go. Full HP again. Well, full being in quotation marks here. Hope you guys heard that out through my voice. Ay, 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 ay. Alright, get your head out of work and into this game. Set your priorities. There we go. Yeah, that's absolutely necessary to take this 2 damage on this enemy. If you don't, you're actually a noob, you know? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I underestimated how much damage the nail binding takes away, because this feels like so much quicker than the first one with the nail bindings. I think the charm bind is also one that is gonna be tough for me. I think the soul bind is gonna be okay. It's only a bit annoying for when you want to heal a lot in like one instance, so you kind of have to be a bit more resourceful with that one. Oh yeah, and this is where we actually got to feel the sharp shadow missing, because that's the one that lets us dash through the false knight. That doesn't really matter a lot though, because he's already going down. Alright, Moss Charger, my bro. Done you perfectly once, can I do it again? My guess is no, I was just a big fat stroke of luck. Oh, never mind. Easy. You know, you gotta say it's a much quicker fight with the strong nail and the strong nail damage. Darren, I'm gonna read your message as soon as we're through the solid fight. Hope you can forgive me, bro. You know how it is. It's hard to do the reading, do the talking, do the hornet smashing. Because this girl is going down. Oof, that was not good, Mark. Keep in mind that this is all about not losing too much HP. Because you do have the shell active. You know, I gotta say, like 6 HP already makes me like so much more relaxed than the 4. Yeah, we're being a bit messy right now. Doesn't really matter though, we get the resting point after this fight, so it like doesn't matter with how many HP or so we go out of this fight. As long as we go out of it alive. Which we will. Thank you for trying to forgive me, first of all. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true, Darren. You can mitigate the others by using charms because I just did that, right? I just added the 2 life charm, the unbreakable heart, kinda make up for the life missing, and it's already feeling so much easier. That was close. I did actually die to this guy falling down, falling off the edge of the arena once, so good thing I didn't. Ah, Dung Defender, you got nothing on me. I defeated your bro, the White Defender, and that was easy, so... It really wasn't, guys, it really wasn't easy. But you know, we managed. I think dashing through him, like in that phase, is a bad call. Get out of there, you stupid beetle. I'm getting another call, guys. What is this? Alright, if we're gonna pause the game today, this is the time to do it. Because the Dung Defender is the easiest fight. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna put you guys on Be Right Back for time.